Hello, welcome back to another video. Today we got some good old liberal hype, man. Give them a little likey like. The feds finally take on Portland police officers aiding Antifa, and I have to say to that, thank God. It's about damn time that, these terrorist aiding organizations paid by the public, the American, not the public, the American taxpayer dollar, all need to be investigated. They all need to go through this audit. And if they're protecting any one of these organizations like Antifa, they should suffer repercussions from it, in my opinion. Because it's like, okay, why are we paying you to protect them when you should be realistically protecting us from them? But yeah, let's get into it. Oh, okay. Weird, but all right.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Well, I think the feds have had it, they've had enough. You know, it's enough that these federal agents have to deal with these Antifa terrorists. I mean, that's a whole battle within itself. But what makes it even worse is the institutional support behind Antifa. These
you have our federal agents having to deal with them with lackluster equipment, I'll say. Then you have the news outlets that are portraying them as these savages. Then when riots break out, you'll have news outlets putting up propaganda saying that, oh no, actually the city isn't in shambles. Look, it's all very nice. Meanwhile, avoiding that exact area that they know where all this is actually happening, like it's the goddamn plague. It's like, oh yeah, look, all of see, LA's nice, LA's pretty, so long as you stay away from the nasty side of LA, you know, the dredges of LA. So long as you stay away from downtown LA, you'll be fine, you know. It'll be okay. Stay up here. Stay by Hollywood and North Hollywood and by the beach, you know, and don't go more towards Little Tokyo and Chinatown and all the other areas that aren't as nice because of all the other issues that run rampant in Los Angeles. No.
Corrupt politicians who are running these cities that have clearly essentially weaponized their police departments, in this case the Portland Police Department, to run defense and cover for Antifa as they continue their attacks on federal agents. And obviously Portland Police is the poster child in this. Second place is probably Chicago. It's obvious what's—
Bro. Sorry for pausing so much, but my God, that the goddamn bicycle crusaders, man. I saw that and I literally thought to myself, what's even the point of you being there if you're on a bike? You're a goddamn bicycle crusader. Why are you there?
Happening. Portland police is clearly actively working to sabotage ICE agents and their efforts. You know, they'll claim that actually it's policing, it's proper policing with restraint, but it is sabotage. That is the reality. And it seems like the feds are absolutely fed up. We got chaos again outside the ICE facility in Portland. And in this viral video, it seems like Portland police actually aided in the escape of an Antifa assailant. And one federal officer, clearly at his wit's end, just unleashes on Portland police. Let me show you guys.
Good. They should be arrested. They should 100% be arrested for essentially interfering with a federal with a I don't want. Would it be a federal investigation? No, it wouldn't be a federal investigation. In federal proceeding, I guess. In federal process, I don't know what it would be, but they're interfering with the federal government at the end of the day, and their state government, and state government is below federal government. So in my opinion, they should 100% be, processed and tried for interfering for the federal government's affairs.
That's what's going on. And I got some other things to add context to this whole dynamic that's going on right now. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so now we've got a situation outside the ICE facility where these Antifa terrorist goons, well, they seem to be using Portland police officers as shields.
Nice aim, I love that. Whoa!
Where's he running?
What did that person do?
Looks like they're shining something in the...
Bro, that's just sad. Genuinely. Like, bro. Like I said, dude, if these people are willing to risk the lives of these federal agents, then, in my opinion, lethal force should be allowed for self-defense. Because, like, if you're going to be shining a light at federal agents, who's going to say they're not going to next start shining the light at the federal agents who are driving the fucking SUVs and whatnot, you know? Who's going to say they don't start shining the light in them? And then next thing you know, they swerve into a building and run over and end up killing people. All because some Antifa reject, social reject, decided to shine a light into their eyes. This is so dumb.
They're hiding behind the sign. And they're running for cover behind Portland police. Oh my God. You've got to be kidding me.
What a bunch of pussies.
It's kind of wild. Shoot everybody else to shoot one person.
It's so wild, dude. Mind you, these are the exact same people who will chant defund the police. This reminds me of, like, during the riots here in LA, during the George Floyd riots for BLM in LA. This reminds me of a business that was being ransacked, people were trying to break into the business, and the business owner just comes out with a fucking chainsaw to defend his store. And the same people who were there protesting to defund the police, their immediate response to when this store owner brings out the chainsaw is, "Help, someone call the police." So I always find it humorous how these liberal retards will always be like, "Oh my God, defund the police are all so bad." Yet when the police are there, they're doing something that they know is bad, they'll immediately run to the police and hide behind them for protection. It's like, my God, how hypocritical can you get? Why are you running towards the police and for them to help you and protect you when those are the people you want to defund? Why go to the police? Stand your ground. Let the federal agents take you down. God, fucking cowards, man. Where are the laws to force them to take off these masks? Where are the laws that are forcing Antifa terrorists to demask so that way we know who these people are? Why force federal agents to demask but not Antifa is my question.
You just saw it there. Antifa terrorists doing what they've been preparing for the last couple of weeks. I'm sure you guys have seen the reports. They've been purchasing high-powered flashlights as well as lasers in an effort to blind these ICE officers or interfere with some of the helicopters that have been flying in the sky. And that's exactly what was happening there. It's essentially an assault tactic. And as DHS marks that assailant with pepper balls, the Portland police officers do nothing to help. If anything, they're providing cover. They created a wall for the Antifa terrorists and then allowed the assailant to simply run away.
I guarantee you these bicycle crusaders are the kind of people who, where if the federal agents started walking over there to arrest them, they would get in the way and make this big ordeal out of it for the protesters, so that way the protesters don't have to do anything. I can guarantee those are the exact same type of people that these police officers are. And if that's the case, then that tells me one thing and one thing only, that these police aren't actually police and they're Antifa themselves, and they're there to protect Antifa, not the people.
Complicity by neglect. And here's the DHS agent who got frickin' pissed in the street, and I do not blame him.
You should be allowed here with us.
Nobody told us anything, so we're standing there, we don't know what's going on.
Oh my God, is this the
So, it's just like, she's literally running behind you guys. And we don't know why she's running. So.
Quote, she's literally running behind you guys. Exactly.
What a joke.
They're basically acting as a human shield, a security detail for these Antifa terrorists who are harassing and assaulting these ICE agents. And it's not just the passive shielding. No, now it seems these left-wing police forces, they're taking it to a whole other level, this happening across the country, now actively targeting the feds with their investigations instead of the radical leftists causing chaos and wreaking.
Like I said, these people should be arrested and investigated and sent to federal prison for at least a minimum of 10 years while this is all going on. That'll immediately stop every single one of these idiots from behaving like morons around ICE and other federal agents. Because this is ridiculous, my guy. This is so ridiculous. How is law enforcement not going to aid law enforcement when it comes to enforcing the law? It's so ridiculous. Like, oh my God, dude. It's just wild. Like, one swore an oath to protect the people and the public. The other one swore an oath to uphold the Constitution. So why are they fighting against each other? Why are the bicycle crusaders over here always getting in the way of everything in these liberal cities? Oh no, you can't do this because blah 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 blah, and we can't help you out because we don't know what's going on. We don't know what could be going on. We don't know what's going down over there. We don't know why she's running towards us, all blacked out in tactical gear with federal agents chasing her. It's like, what? It's just wild, man. Like, it genuinely.
Havoc on the streets. I got a clip here from Nick Sorter, and we'll just take a look.
So he tried to get in my face and try to make me fight. I'm not going to fight with him. I'm not a guy to be honest with you. Put your hands on me, that's going to be a problem. But at the end of the day, I'm peacefully protesting. I'm peacefully showing them all. I got a reputation, though. I got respect. I interviewed everybody down here. I interviewed the police, everybody down here.
What the fuck?
What they down here for. My name is Ted City.
Hit her with the bear mace.
Thank you, man.
Oh, wait, what the fuck? Oh, that was fucking police. Oh, I didn't even realize that. What the fuck? Bro. Like I said, we already settled this debate back in the day during the Civil War that the federal government will always be above the state government. So you can go ahead and launch your little fucking investigation all you want. It's not going to do shit. It's just going to be a waste of taxpayer dollars. Bro.
There's one block north of Lowell.
So while Portland police refuses to arrest these Antifa people, actually, speaking of Nick Sorter, in the case of Nick Sorter, when he got assaulted, they arrested him instead of the assailants, as they're providing shield for these.
Bro, come on. Come on, what do you expect from the people who quite literally were walking next to, like, didn't we see that clip of, like, some lady going up to Portland police and being like, help, those two over there that woman over there just assaulted me, not those two. But, that woman over there just assaulted me. She told Portland PD that, and what did Portland PD do? Hey, stop, come back here. No, oh no, she got away. Whoops, she walked slightly faster than me. Couldn't detain her or anything. Oh well, can't do anything about the assault. That's exactly what they did.
People shining beams into these ICE officers' faces and eyes. It seems behind their line of defense, what their actual focus is on, is gathering evidence against federal officers. They're not building cases against the rioters who are assaulting the agents. No, they're building cases on the agents. And that's really the shift in rhetoric that we've seen with all these left-wing politicians. New York City, after the ICE raid on Canal Street, you got top politicians there now calling to, quote, film ICE and create a database to track ICE action, to release it publicly, and eventually to try to prosecute these ICE agents. And I'm sure you guys have seen all the videos surfacing all over social media of left-wing politicians calling to prosecute ICE, claiming
genuinely, what's that going to do? I'm genuinely curious. How exactly is that prosecution going to go? Your Honor, we want to prosecute these ICE agents and bring them to justice. Okay, well, what crime did they commit? Well, you see, they were doing their jobs, the things that they were hired to do. They were doing that, and we didn't like that, so we want them to go to jail. Any sane judge with 2 remotely functioning brain cells will look at that and be like, get the fuck out of my courtroom. Why are you wasting my time? Plus, because you're trying federal agents, wouldn't this go to the federal level? So at the end of the day, it wouldn't really matter because you're not accomplishing anything. So it's like, no matter what, it's a lose-lose. But, you know, this is what our taxpayer dollars are going towards, by the way. I love that. I love that instead of, you know, like I said, fixing roads, making schools better, safer, increasing teacher salaries. No, they go towards this kinds of stuff. Ensuring that the terrorists continue to terrorize and not protecting the people. Great.
There's going to be legal prosecutions when they retake the White House against federal agents. So again, while you've got these leftists assaulting, harassing ICE agents, we've seen murders of ICE agents, attempted murders, ambushes, over 1,000% increase in violent attacks against ICE. Democrat politicians,
not to mention death threats against their family members as well. I mean, hell, we saw that one ICE agent, we heard that voice call towards that ICE agent, well, not the voice call, but the voicemail. We heard that, and she was quite literally saying that she wanted to go after her, the ICE agent's family, you know, the dude's wife and kids. It's like, bro, these people are insane. And she like straight up said his address and everything. It's like, bro, and you want these people to demask? You're fucking insane.
Are focused not on deterring said violence and extremism, not on going after the bad actors, but on criminalizing the guys who are enforcing laws, in a sense sanctifying the rioters. And now they want to expose them, they want to film them, they want to create a database, they want to expose their location, which again, by the way, the last left-wing app that was tracking ICE, the last ICE tracker app, led to a mass shooting at an ICE facility where 2 migrants were shot. Actually, I think 3 were shot, 2 dead, don't remember exactly, something along those lines. And yet here we have top Democrats, the Democrat apparatus, now moving to take it to a whole other level and make it official.
Over the course of the next couple of weeks, the Oversight Committee will be launching on their website a master ICE tracker, where we're going to be essentially tracking every single instance that we can verify that the community will be able to send us information on, and it'll be all available in one central place. And you'll be able to look up that information as it relates to Los Angeles as well.
They want to film, they want to doc.
Those types of apps should those apps that are made specifically to track ICE should immediately be not allowed on the App Store. They should be immediately banned on both Apple and Android, on both of them. I don't believe apps like that should exist. Apps like Citizen, I don't really mind, because it's like, at the end of the day, Citizen is more of a community thing. That's what it's meant for. It's for the citizen. That's why it's called that. So it's like anyone can report anything, no matter what. So it's like, it's more for like a community type of thing, and it could be used anywhere and for anything. So like, if like there's a stabbing, you can report that on Citizen. If there's a crash, you can report that on Citizen. If ICE is, you know, out and about, you can report that on Citizen and live stream it. So it's like Citizen can cover a whole bunch of different things and whatnot. If you lose your dog, you can put a thing up on Citizen about, you know, Maybe if someone's seen your dog, they could contact you, or you know, if they've seen a dog like it in in a certain general area, stuff like that. But apps made to specifically track organizations or people like ICE, it's like that's never a good thing, because bad people can use it to do bad things. And what sucks is that the bad people are the ones pushing it. They're also pushing for you to do bad things with it, which is what sucks even more. All while virtue signaling and Trojan horsing the whole narrative that it's all in the name of democracy and all this other crap that they genuinely don't believe in.
And they want to prosecute these federal agents because apparently the guys enforcing the law, yeah, those are the bad guys. First of all, the state judicial system and state level law enforcement does not have jurisdiction over federal officers, so the whole premise is completely whack to begin with. And secondly, again, the narrative is backwards. The idea that these ICE officers are the bad guys. Meanwhile, look what's happening on the streets of Portland continuously.
Bro. God damn, I feel so bad if you're epileptic and you just had to go through that. I hope you didn't have a seizure, because holy fuck, man. God damn. That shit about nearly gave me a seizure. I was like, holy shit, that's a lot of lights flashing before me. But it's like, he's right. He's right. The left will push this narrative that, you know, ICE is bad. And they'll constantly push this narrative that, you know, these ICE agents are, you know, breaking the law when they're the ones actually enforcing it. And it just reminds me of like, it genuinely just reminds me of Take Us North, that propaganda game where they glorify, you know, being an illegal immigrant and coming to America legally. And it's just insane, man. It's like, bro, why? Just why? It's the dumbest thing on the planet. And and it sucks ass that, you know, are the people that we're electing into office who are supposed to represent, you know, the will of the people, and they're supposed to do what's best for the citizens of America, are opting to not side with the citizens, but side with the illegal aliens that are here, that, you know, don't really contribute anything, but the only thing they contribute is a vote for these democratic demons. Which, mind you, shouldn't even be a thing. They shouldn't get to vote in our elections to begin with. They're not citizens.
Oh, you know, just casually firebombing ICE agents. Again, these are the peaceful protesters that the leftist power apparatus is sanctifying, defending, claiming are the good guys. No wonder these DHS agents are frickin' pissed off. I would be too. The whole thing is backwards. I mean, how else can you describe?
Yeah, I'd be so done with it, genuinely. Like if this was my daily life, is like, okay, it's like you sign up to become an ICE agent thinking you'll make your country safer by protecting the border and, you know, catching like illegals who come into our country who are, you know, part of these gangs and whatnot. And you do that for like your first 2 years. You do a 6-year contract, and for your first 2 years, let's say you got in during 2023. Yeah. Like at the start of 2023, your contract first started, and you're out there all of 2023 and 2024, just chilling like at the border, being like, yeah, I'm making it safer and whatnot, or whatever. Let's say you're at like the Canadian border, because God knows the people down south weren't feeling that way during Biden. But let's say you're at the Canadian border and you're like, yeah, I'm doing my part to make my country safer from the northern border. And then 2 years, Trump goes into office, and he's like, we're going to start fixing up ICE. We're going to start deporting all the illegals that are here. And you're like, hell yeah, we're finally going to be able to do more, make our country better. Fuck yeah. And this is what your daily routine becomes. Just fireworks to the face. You know, people trying to give you seizures with LED lights and whatnot. And it's like, I would honestly probably would be at my breaking point too. Like, goddamn, dude. Like, shit. Because, like, at the end of the day, it's like, bro, these people are all, they're just doing a job. The ICE agents at the end of the day are people just like everyone else doing a job. You know? So it's like, why are you blaming them for the job that they have to do, which is totally legal?
Describe it. This is left-wing politics in a nutshell. Completely, utterly, backwards. What an absolutely twisted worldview. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, it's just genuinely just insane to me, man. Like, how can this be the reality we live in? But at the end of the day, well, we can't really do much except try to, you know, we the citizens, we the people can't really do much without breaking into full out chaos and anarchy. You know, those of us with morals and whatnot. So it's like, what can you do other than try to elect people in who will actually care? And honestly, I'd say these next few elections going forward are going to be the ones that matter the most, because these next few election cycles are going to be the ones that can really change up how certain states are run entirely, especially certain blue states. Some might be flipping red for the first time in a long time, who knows. But yeah, and you know, there's already elected officials trying to like bean boozle people, the ignorant masses, with their certain laws and whatnot, and like completely just blatantly lying about what they do. But alas, like I said, the only thing we can do realistically is just vote. So yeah, vote, go vote. Don't be that individual who doesn't vote. Go vote, be a good Samaritan, do your part, and all that jazz. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, and all that YouTube jazz. Remember to be safe out there, be careful, because you don't know what kind of fucking crazies are out there now, more so than ever. And remember to believe nothing and question everything, and always seek the deeper truth, so that way you never fall for any kind of propaganda whatsoever. And I'll catch y'all in the next one later.